Japan is changing faster than ever. And if you're planning a trip in 2025, the Japan you imagine may not be the Japan you actually meet. From prices and trains to etiquette and crowd rules, here are 6 big updates every traveler must know before visiting Japan in 2025. Number 1. Prices in Japan are increasing. For years, Japan was a budget-friendly dream because the yen was weak. Travelers could enjoy sushi, trains, hotels, everything at surprisingly low prices. But 2024 and 2025 are different. The yen is recovering, and that means Japan is not as cheap as before. Hotels in major cities like Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka have increased prices by around 10 to 20%. A business hotel that cost 7,000 yen earlier may now be 9,000 yen to 10,000 yen. Popular ryokans with private baths are pricier too, especially on weekends. Food and transport have also gone up slightly. A bowl of ramen that used to be 900 yen now often appears at 1,100 yen to 1,300 yen. Train rides inside big cities cost the same or slightly higher, but long-distance Shinkansen tickets now feel more expensive because of rail price adjustments. But here's the good news. Japan is still cheaper than the US and many parts of Europe. You still get high-quality food, clean hotels, and safe transport at a much better rate than places like London, Paris, New York, or Sydney. If you're traveling on a budget, here are smart ways to save. Stay in business hotels like APA, Super Hotel, Toyoko Inn, or Dormy Inn. Eat at konbini like Family Mart, 7-Eleven, Lawson. The food quality is shockingly good. Use train passes, especially regional ones, instead of paying for each ticket. Travel one station away from main hubs like staying in Ueno instead of Shibuya. Book everything early, especially during Sakura and autumn seasons. 2025 will be the year most travelers realize Japan is pricier, but still 100% worth it if you plan smart. Number 2. Japan rail travel is changing. Train travel in Japan has always been one of the biggest highlights. But 2025 brings some major updates that visitors should know before arriving. First, JR pass prices increased in 2023, and they won't ever go back to the old rates. The pass is still valuable, but it's no longer a cheap unlimited Shinkansen ticket. You now have to calculate carefully whether you need it for your itinerary. The good news. Japan introduced new regional passes that are cheaper and more focused, like JR East Tohoku Pass, CAN's AI Hiroshima Pass, Hokuriku Arch Pass, and seasonal limited time passes. These are perfect for travelers exploring one area deeply, not the entire country. Another big change. Shinkansen luggage rules. If your suitcase is larger than 160 centimeters, you must reserve a large luggage seat. Some trains won't even accept huge bags without reservations. This is to reduce overcrowding and keep aisles clear, something travelers must remember. And here's a very real issue. Suica and Pasmo physical cards have been out of stock since 2023. Japan is moving fast toward digital IC cards. Almost everyone now uses Suica or Pasmo on their phone. Google Pay and Apple Wallet is your best friend in Japan. There are also new routes planned and updated Shinkansen timetables, including expansions on the Hokuriku Shinkansen and better express train connections to airports. 2025 is basically a new era of Japan rail travel. Still efficient, still world-class, but now with rules and changes you must understand before you arrive. Number 3. Cash culture is finally changing. Japan used to be famous for being a cash country, but that reputation is fading fast. Over the last few years, Japan went digital at lightning speed, especially in Tokyo, Osaka, Sapporo, and Fukuoka. Today, you'll see mobile payments everywhere, tap to pay with cards, IC card payments using your phone, cashless counters at convenience stores, restaurants accepting credit cards almost everywhere. Even small ramen shops and izakayas now accept card or IC card payments. But, and this is important, rural areas still love cash. Places like small mountain villages, onsen towns, and local markets may still prefer cash-only payments. So the rule for 2025 is simple. In big cities, you can go cashless the entire trip. In rural regions, keep at least 10,000 yen to 20,000 yen in cash. Japan is modernizing, but it's still proud of its traditions. Cash culture is changing, but it's not disappearing yet. Number 4. Tourist etiquette rules are more strict now. Japan is very welcoming, but But 2025 brings new rules because tourism has exploded. Some places are overwhelmed, especially Kyoto, Tokyo, and Mount Fuji. In Kyoto, geisha harassment has become a serious problem. Tourists were blocking the narrow lanes of Gion, taking close-up photos and chasing maikos. Because of this, certain streets in Gion are now no-photo zones. Fines and warnings have increased. Local wardens patrol the area. Temple etiquette is also stricter. Many temples request visitors to move quietly, avoid group chatter, and not block paths with tripods or cameras. Shibuya Halloween, which became chaotic in the past, now has strong restrictions. Open drinking bans, crowd control, and police supervision have been increased. Airbnb and apartment rentals also have new noise and neighborhood rules. Japan takes quiet hours very seriously, especially after 9 p.m. Trash separation has become strict too. Garbage must be sorted into burnable, plastic, bottles, and cans. Some tourist-heavy areas now have signs explaining how to dispose of trash properly. These rules are not meant to scare travelers. They exist because Japan had a huge rise in visitors and wants to protect local life. If you respect the rules, you'll have an amazing trip. Just remember, don't photograph geishas without permission. Keep your voice low in temples and shrines. Follow local waste rules. Respect neighborhood quiet time. Follow town-specific guidelines like in Kyoto, Nara, and Sapporo. Number 5. New attractions and experiences in 2025. Now for the fun part, the new stuff. Japan is constantly adding fresh experiences, and 2025 is one of the most exciting years yet. Team Lab Borderless has reopened in Odaiba with new rooms, updated projections, and upgraded interactive zones. This is one of the biggest art attractions in Tokyo and is already in high demand. Ghibli Park continues to expand, with new areas inspired by Studio Ghibli movies. You'll see more theme zones, new photo spots, and detailed recreations of scenes from Hayao Miyazaki's classics. Pokemon centers are getting bigger and more immersive. From new merchandise to themed cafes, different cities now offer unique Pokemon experiences. Some cities even opened permanent Pokemon-themed pop-ups, making it a must-visit for fans. Shibuya and Shinjuku are also going through a makeover. New shopping complexes, rooftop observatories, and modern malls have opened, focusing on digital art, panoramic views, and nightlife. If you've visited Japan before, these new additions make the trip exciting again. And if it's your first time, you'll feel like you're entering a mix of futuristic Tokyo and nostalgic anime worlds. 2025 is the year where the old and new meet beautifully. Number 6. Japan is getting busier. New crowd control measures. Japan is more popular than ever. Travel numbers in 2024 were record-breaking, and 2025 will be even bigger. Because of this, Japan has introduced crowd control measures to protect both tourists and locals. Many popular spots now require advance reservations. Ghibli Museum, Ghibli Park areas, Team Lab Borderless, Team Lab Planets, some Mount Fuji trails, Mario Kart go-kart tours, themed cafes in Tokyo. If you show up without booking, you may not get in. Fushimi Inari Shrine in Kyoto, famous for its red torii gates, has become extremely crowded. There are discussions about early closure proposals, especially for night visits, to protect the area. Mount Fuji is also expected to introduce stricter hiking rules, including possible caps on daily visitors during busy seasons. Kyoto and Nara have over-tourism policies that ask visitors to avoid entering private alleys, respect wildlife, and stay on designated paths. Even cherry blossom season in 2025 will have some new rules, such as crowd-guided signs, entry limits in some parks, and time-controlled illumination events. If you want a smooth trip, remember, book attractions online early. Visit popular spots early morning or late evening. Use less crowded entrances for temples and shrines. Visit alternative cherry blossom spots. Avoid weekends for major cities. 2025 will be busy, but with smart planning, you can still enjoy every moment. Japan is changing from prices to trains, from rules to attractions, but the magic of Japan stays exactly the same. If you plan ahead, respect the culture, and stay updated, your 2025 trip will be unforgettable. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Japan Trail adventure.